Dave?
Yes. Hold on, should I talk in spooky voice?
Dave. How many podcasts are we on? 1, 2, 3. Hey, happy Halloween,
Hey.
man.
Happy Halloween to you too, man. Don't eat too much, things that kids eat.
I was informed today that if you eat enough fun-sized candy, it is no longer fun. That's what my daughter told me. So
I once asked, why is fun-sized candy fun? I think the full size is more fun.
yeah, I don't know, but apparently that's a thing. So
I know short people don't like to be called fun-sized.
fun-sized, yeah. That's hey, you're not short, you're fun-sized. Reminds me of that scene from
That'll
Elf,
get you
but-
smacked.
Hey, you want to start this
Yeah.
thing for us?
The spooky, creepy Lootcast starts right now.
What is going on? Welcome to episode 121 of the Lootcast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. I've got Guardian Outpost with me, and we are going to talk some Destiny 2 tonight. But before we do, a quick word from our sponsors. If you'd like to get yourself a free audiobook from Audible, you can go to audibletrial.com/thelootcast, and you can pick up the book I was listening to today, which is The Ultimate History of Video Games. It's 21 hours of the history of video games, and so far I'm only into the Atari era. It goes all the way back to like the 1930s, I believe, when kind of that's where the history starts, and it's really, really entertaining. I'm really enjoying it, and talk about some crazy times back then, especially the 70s and the 80s. It was like the Wild West. So that's The Ultimate History of Video Games. You can get it on Audible by going to audibletrial.com/thelootcast. Also, the official chair of the Lootcast is OP Seat from opseat.com. And if you use coupon code GO, you can save yourself $10 off of your purchase. So we both recommend these chairs. Great back support, extremely comfortable, and very affordable. So opseat.com, coupon code GO. Also, we do this show live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/N64Josh. If you missed the show live and you want to be able to watch it, you can go to youtube.com/N64Josh. You can listen on Podbean, Google Play, and iTunes. Just look up the Lootcast. And if you want links to all the stuff I just mentioned to watch or listen to past episodes, you can just go to thelootcave.com/episode 121. Hey, we did it. We did it. 3 minutes in.
Selling out is over.
Yeah, we're no longer selling out. So let's
But please buy all that stuff. Buy it all.
buy it all. Yeah.
Please. Please.
So we got a lot to talk about tonight. There's a lot of Destiny 2 news, and if you were bothered by the saltiness that was last week, hey, we're sorry. We just want to talk about where we were at with the game.
A little less sodium. A little less sodium this week around.
Yeah, a little less sodium for sure. So we're gonna just
But it's
dive
not
in.
salt. We love the game. It's kind of like when you're complaining about your kid. You know, like, I love my kid, but sometimes he's a screw up. You know what I mean? Sometimes my kid, he's a jerk. So
Destiny, I love you, but you done messed up.
Destiny, Destiny, I love you, but what happened to you?
Oh my goodness, the honeymoon is over. That's what happened. So now you get to the real meat and potatoes of the relationship. You're gonna fight through. You're gonna stick with them. That's
I had no idea that you like to eat your own toenails. Ugh, gross.
that's beyond better or worse in that case. So do not do that. But we have new DLC coming out. The PC is going strong. Everybody seems to really be loving hand cannons. They must be like they're like the cat's meow right now. The bee's knees, if you will. Huh?
I mean, I haven't tried hand cannons yet on PvP. I haven't touched the PvP yet on PC. I've just been doing a lot of PvE stuff. Let me tell you, it is beautiful. The game, I mean, we knew how beautiful it was because of the beta, but now now we get to explore more lands and see more stuff. And I found myself staring at rocks on the ground in the EDZ, going, "Man, look how nice these rocks look. Everything looks great." Even when the enemies explode and shooting feels better. The shooting, I don't know if you've had a chance to play on PC. The shooting feels so much better. Feels more responsive. It feels like you're actually hitting things.
How are you playing? Mouse and keyboard or controller?
Right now I'm playing controller. Okay. I'll get mouse and keyboard on that onto it later, and I don't want anybody giving me crap about not playing mouse and keyboard. I'll get on that mouse and keyboard later. Listen, I'm comfortable with the controller. I'm not a tournament PvP player, so I'll get to mouse and keyboard eventually. In fact, I have a very crappy mouse and keyboard. If anybody out there wants to send me a good mouse and keyboard, you can come to my channel, twitch.tv/Guardian Outpost, put !! swag, and you can send me a great mouse and keyboard. I can't be bothered to get a mouse and keyboard right now. So I'm playing with controller. And Bungie said, hey, try it with controller, and it does feel good. Game is great, man. And you could say a lot like, oh, well, yeah, the game looks good, but it's still missing end game. It's still missing this. It's still missing that. Well, you know what? We got DLC coming. So I just got into the PC, and by the time you get into that era where Josh and I were with console, or like for us to do, DLC will come out and you'll be fine. I hate to say it because I don't want console people to get mad at me. Not that but the ultimate Destiny 2 experience is on.
Oh, good. Thanks for saying that.
It is. I'm not going to abandon console. I'm still going to go back to console. I'm still going to, PS4 has exclusive content, so I'll still play on PS4. I'm still going to play on Xbox One. I got lots of friends on both of those consoles. I'm still going to go back there. But the ultimate experience is on PC, and I fully understand why people can't play PC, why people can't get PC. PCs are expensive. Even a low, quote unquote low end PC that can run Destiny 2 beautifully will run you $750. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And for that price, you could get yourself an Xbox One X. Xbox One X, and maybe a good 25-inch 4K television for $750. If you're lucky.
If you
off brand,
out of the back of somebody's trunk, maybe
out of the back of somebody's trunk,
yeah,
maybe off eBay,
yeah.
But it is the ultimate experience of Destiny. They did a great job. I wasn't bothered I'm not bothered that I have to run through the story campaign again. I'm doing everything again. I'm going through the adventures. I'm doing the public events. It just feels so good. It feels so good. On PC, I'm loving it.
Was it hard not having your Sparrow?
Oh, it is tough. It's really tough. Oh god, still having to run the whole map is tough. But I'll get there. I'm powering through it. I'm already at light level 7. I got there pretty quick. No, light level 6. Excuse me. I got there pretty quickly. But it's so cool, man. It just looks so beautiful. It really does.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of tweets of people saying, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to be back for the console." I fully respect people that are doing that, but I don't want people to then bash people that are playing on console. I see that a lot. People are like, "Oh, you're wasting your time on console." Hey, man, people can have fun on console too, So just leave those console people alone. That's where they're gonna play, man. I always hate seeing people that just shame other people because they're enjoying something different than what they enjoy. We'll get more into that later, but it is the hopefully the Xbox. They're capping it at 30 frames a second even on Xbox One, so you'll never get to see 60 frames on the console. For Destiny 2, but it just looks gorgeous. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
I was watching Evil Aura today. He played on PC yesterday, and then today he was playing on Xbox One, and he was like, "I'm still having fun, and frame rate to me doesn't matter." And same to me. Frame rate doesn't matter to me, but it does look beautiful. You can't do.
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember at the event, like it was like just the colors were more vibrant. The way the textures with the way the water was hitting, where the rain was and everything. It's almost night and day. Like there's definitely an improvement on the PC. I mean, we all expected that, right? It's not like a surprise to anybody, but almost
and I was able to
point.
change the field. I was able to change the view, and you could see so much more. And it's incredible, man. I'm gushing over Destiny 2 on PC. Same exact game. You're not missing anything. You know, those of you that can't play on PC, you're not missing anything. It's the same exact game. There's no, there's nothing. We're not getting anything extra on PC. I mean, that I know of right now. But it's really great. It's really great. You know, last week it was all, oh, this is what Destiny has to do, and they made improvements. We could also talk about the new patch that's coming up. The new patch is coming up soon. They're making improvements, which I really, really like, and we could get into that. But I'm gushing this week over Destiny 2, and we'll also get into the DLC news. But and I'm never going to say I'm never ever gonna play it on console. But it really is the ultimate Destiny experience is on PC right now. That's where it is. That's where it is. Sorry, console people.
Yes, yeah, sorry. Maybe one day it'll be for me.
Hey, maybe one day I'll get me a Nintendo Switch.
That's the thing. Like this time of year, there's so many games to play. Like even I don't even know if I had the PC in the setup, if I would be playing it over. I mean, you're wearing a Mario hat right now if you guys are just listening, and I mean Mario Odyssey, man, like it's a phenomenal game. So
I saw a tweet today, side by side, Mario Odyssey, Mario 64, how much Mario has changed
yeah.
in the 21 years. It's crazy. And I went to Target with my wife on Sunday. I went to Target with her because we had to buy a coffee grinder. Because we're now buying coffee whole bean. So we had to get a coffee grinder, and my God, I went by the electronics, and my wife's like, "Why do you do that to yourself?" I'm like, I just gotta go see. Dude, it was like four Nintendo Switch Mario Odyssey.
Right. Right.
Help me, Jeebus.
You sit down with a little cup. We'll work for Odyssey. We'll work for Switch.
We'll work exactly.
Oh man,
my stream will now be dedicated to me just trying to get money for an Odyssey. I'm just gonna put a donation goal bar. Help me get the Switch.
There you go. Well, Henny says, going back to the console versus PC, it says just as long as we don't get shamed like the 360 and the PS3 back in the day.
I never shamed anybody for playing on 360 and PS3. I get it, man. The people upgrading, it was actually people upgraded slower to Xbox One and PS4 than they did from PS2 to Xbox. The upgrade from Xbox to Xbox 360 and PS3 was actually pretty quick. People actually moved up to the new console really quick. It's been a lot slower. There's been a lot. So I mean, I think this year, I think it's when PS3 and Xbox 360 are finally going to stop supporting the system, or maybe they extended it. But I know it's coming up soon that they're still supporting their 360 and PS3.
As far as just like servers for playing online and whatnot.
Yeah, or maybe they're just gonna stop, upgrading and stuff. Like maybe they'll keep stuff on so you can still play, but I think they're gonna stop kind of like doing updates and stuff. Kind of like, all right, this is how it is for the rest of all time. Here you go. Here it is. It's a wasteland now. But no, I'm still gonna play Destiny on Xbox One and PS4. I have to play with you. We have to figure it out one of these days and play together. and I got most of my great guns are on PS4, so I'm still gonna get on those two. But
hey, maybe somebody in the chat can help me out. But did Xur sell the Jade Rabbit on the Xbox for Destiny 1 last week? Is that
I wouldn't know.
I thought I saw something in our band app about Xur selling Jade Rabbit on the Xbox, but is that, I don't even know if it's made its way over to Xbox yet. So
we can do a quick Google search to see if Xur sold Jade Rabbit on Xbox.
I know Henny knows because he'll let us know in the chat, I'm sure. But yep, I was correct. That was what I saw in one of our chats. D1, you could have got the Jade Rabbit.
There you go. He sold it. There you go. I legit know there are people out there. Yep, and I Google searched it, and there was a bunch of pictures. Yeah, there's a bunch of people out there still playing D1 because they want to 100% it. They want every single exotic.
Right.
So people Jade Rabbit making a comeback though.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's. You mentioned a patch coming out. I don't have much details about that, but what was it about it that you liked? Maybe you can kind of give us the cliff notes of it. Or,
well, they're changing a whole bunch of stuff. Let me see if I could find it here real quick.
Okay.
One thing I can talk. I do remember right now is that. They are, in fact, I think I have it right here. This week at Bungie, everybody talked about it last week. I know that they're going to finally utilize adventures, lost sectors, and strikes, and bump up levels, include more, better gear, better chances of getting better gear in those game modes, and I loved it. I think that's great, because once you do the adventures, the first time, second time, maybe like third time, after you're done, once you get up to a certain light level, once you get past 265, it's done. Like you don't need to run those anymore. You could probably run it. You could run it just for fun if you want to run it just for fun. I cannot seem to find them right now, but I know that's one thing I saw there. Crucible scoring, as Henny is talking about there, they're bringing Crucible scoring there as well. If I could only find it.
I may have it here. Give me 1 sec. I just got to get it.
Yeah, so they're doing some Crucible stuff as well. But definitely what I like, the adventures are there. A lot of people talking about there's no end game. I don't know why the adventures stopped at power level 260. I don't know why the lost sector stopped at power level 265. I don't know why the strikes, they don't, there's no heroic strikes or prestige strikes or anything, that'll
So some of this stuff is what we probably should have hit on a little more last week when we just went on our little salty trail. But
the funny thing is, it happened right after you and I did our stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me see. Patch 1.061. What is it? 1.0.
Here's a few things. This is what Henny sent me. New systems and rewards to give our most engaged players additional and optional pursuits. Better incentives for players who complete challenging prestige activities. Better rewards and replay value for strikes, adventures, and lost sectors. Private matches for the competitive community. We are targeting early 2018. Crucible tuning, like adjusting supremacy scoring and better spawning rules. Better incentives for completing Crucible matches and penalties for quitting competitive games.
Which is big, because a lot of people have just been kind of,
in and out, leaving. Continued improvements to Iron Banner and faction rallies, including uniqueness of rewards, changes to make the mod economy more interesting and impactful, ongoing improvements to exotics, including adjustments to reduce instances of duplication, new ways to spend surplus currency and materials looking at legendary shards, an emote interface that allows players to equip Salty, Spicy Ramen, 6-shooter, and Flip Out all at the same time.
Yes, the emote wheel. They finally I'll give that one. I'll give that one to Goth. Goth's always talked about emote wheel. No more just hello, and then one of them is going to be your dance, and then it's going to be the emote wheel. So you could have all. You could have if you have four exotic emotes, you could put them. You could put them all on. I like that. Or maybe it's just 3, and then you still have the sit down emote. But yeah, they're listening, and you know what? We just weren't patient. We lost our patience, Josh. That's what happened. They were waiting for PC to come out, and I'm glad that they're using. The adventures are there, the lost sectors are there, the strikes are there. Use them, make them more. I would love to see. It doesn't even have to be every single lost sector, but wouldn't it be great? A rotating prestige lost sector every week that you had to go find. So you don't know which one is prestige. You would obviously somebody would leak it on Reddit or Twitter.
Right.
Somebody would leak it, but still, if you're one of those people that avoids Reddit and avoids leaks on Twitter, you could always be like, they could give you a hint. Like they give you a hint. Oh, this week's prestige lost sector is in an area where you could get a pot of tea. That's the EDZ because he's talking about Devrim K. All right. So the prestige lost sector is in the EDZ. Let's go find it. So you go to every single lost sector. You go to every single lost sector, and one of them is a prestige lost sector. And once you the enemies are very hard. The enemies are very hard. You got to match the shield of the boss. Match the shield of the boss in there if you want to kill him. And in the chest, a chance for an exotic and a guaranteed legendary every single week from one of your prestige lost sectors. I thought that'd be great because after 265 lost sectors were done, so it's in there. They have a lot of stuff in the game that they could use as end
game.
As end game. They just never used it, man. I would love that. I would love just one lost sector a week is a prestige, and then every lost sector has 5% chance for legend here, and maybe blues that go above 265. Help you out a little bit.
Yeah, so here's Henny hitting me on Twitter with a little bit more here. It says General fixed an issue with collision detection on the bureaucratic walk emote, fixed an issue causing players.
That's the one that would send you through the wall.
Yeah. Which meant no trials for 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Well, no. Trials will be back this week. I'm guessing Trials. I think Trials is back. They said November 3rd, so Trials will be back this week.
Yeah, but wasn't it 3 weeks at least?
At time that they canceled, it was 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, yeah, so 2 weeks then. And guys, forgive me. I have not played any video games other than Mario Odyssey because I've been remodeling my house. I've not had a day off in almost 3 weeks, and mostly 15-hour days. So I'm running on Rockstar right now. So do forgive me.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Fixed an issue causing players to encounter empty public spaces too often in free roam. Crucible updated Mercy rule settings to allow Mercy to activate slightly later in the match, allowing a wider range of scores to trigger it. Clash reduced the score limit to 50, was 75. Control reduced score limit to 90, was 100. Reduced influence that enemy controlled zones exert over the spawning system. Survival reduced the round time to 2 minutes, down from 3. Reduced life count to 6, down from 8. Supremacy increased score to win to 70, up from 50. We now grant 1 point for defeating an enemy guardian. Adjusted the influence that enemy crests have on the spawning system. And then the last thing he put there was the patch is Thursday. So I'm guessing this is coming out Thursday.
Crap, there was one you mentioned there that I was like, yes, that one's really good. if I could go back into
the Mercy rule, the Clash reducing limit 50 was 75. Control the score limit, reduced influence that enemy controlled zones exert over the spawning system. Survival round time limit to 2 minutes, down from 3. So that forces the gameplay a lot. I mean that's going to help things. Reduce life count from 6 to 8. Supremacy increased score to win up to 70 from 50. We now grant 1 point for defeating an enemy guardian, which is nice because before it was only a point for collecting the crest, right?
Yep.
So that'll help move things along. That was the mercy rule. Was the other one?
Man, there was one for PvE that you said that I was like, yes, that was
the
good.
the public spaces are
That one, the public spaces, that's huge because so many times I'd find myself on reset days doing the you'd have to go patrol one of the areas. I can't think of it right now. Flashpoint. You would do your flashpoint and you'd go into, let's say it's Titan. You go into Titan and you spawn into the area where there's a spider tank and there's about 5 or 6 guardians there with you. So you destroy the spider tank really quickly. And then you go back into your map and like, oh, there's another one spawning on another side of the map. Let me take the quick trip, the fast travel. And when you fast travel, you actually would spawn into a different map and then you're in there by yourself. And that happened to me too much. I'd be playing and I'd say to my chat, I'd be like, is there any other guardians here with me? Why am I by myself? Like, I'd end up by myself in all these areas. I did not know that was an issue. So when Bungie addressed it in the patch notes, I'm like, yes, that's really good. That way, when you're doing your flashpoints, you'll always be with other guardians because when you end up zooming out and going back in with a fast travel, it just takes longer because you're by yourself. So I thought that was really, really good. It's a lot of good stuff. In those patch notes. They're definitely listening. Of course, they're listening. It's going to be worth it, to run those. Hopefully, it's going to be worth it to run those adventures again. Run strikes, run Lost Sectors. That's going to be a lot of fun because I thought Lost Sectors was a great idea when introduced a long time ago.
I think my biggest concern is still just the lack of loot in the loot pool to even continue doing those things. That, from a game like this, I would still want to see more loot, But
yeah,
and maybe there is because one of the things that we mentioned in those patch notes was the ability to or fixing how much stuff we see duplicates. So maybe I've just had so many duplicates that I'm like, have I got it all already? Like, what's the deal? Mm-hmm. Maybe that will change as I jump back in after these patches take place, and maybe there is some weapons that I did a pretty good job of throwing legendaries, even if they were low, into my vault because I'm like, what's going to be the meta? What's going to be the antidote D or whatever, however you say it?
PC, it's definitely the hand cannon is the meta. On console, you're still auto rifling. You're still auto rifling, but yeah, it turns out I still don't have. There's still lots of weapons out there that there's still a lot of weapons out there that I still haven't gotten. So maybe it could be the duplicates that it seems like, okay, well, I'm getting 8 of the same freaking gun. Maybe I've gotten everything already. So, but I'm noticing that, oh man, there's still lots of guns that I haven't gotten. Still lots of exotics that I haven't gotten. So,
and
maybe.
Just to be clear, the first part of what we talked about was stuff that they are looking at. That's not patch notes. It's just stuff that they are listening to. The second one we read were actual patch notes where they're going to be addressing the stuff in the Crucible. So, just to make sure we're clear there. So the other stuff is just being looked at. But let's jump in. Man. Let's jump into the DLC, the Osiris DLC.
Yes.
Okay. So, and I'm just going to kind of knock these things out, and then we can talk about them. But level cap.
Did you see the trailer?
I did see the trailer. Probably the most interesting thing to me is somebody tweeted it, and I can't remember, but it was like basically the way it looked like time had stopped except for Osiris and the Vex, because you could see like some sparks, you could see
Guardians in the background frozen
that were just frozen. Yeah, and so
I saw in one, and this really got me excited. In one picture, it looks like we're gonna be going back into the Vault of Glass. There's one picture, the one with the frozen hunter. It looks like the hunter. It looks like it's Vault of Glass. Like it's like we're gonna be fighting in the Vault of Glass, while other Guardians are fighting. You know what I mean? Like we're going back in time, but everything is frozen. So we're gonna be seeing other Guardians fighting around, other Guardians frozen in time fighting while we're fighting. And I'm like, is that the Vault of Glass? Are we gonna be going back into the Vault of Glass on a like Henny said, like on an alternate timeline? I'm very excited. Again, Bungie does really good trailers. We've talked about this before. Bungie's really good at the trailer.
Right.
But this was a gameplay trailer. That wasn't a CGI made, maybe some of the scenes with Osiris CGI made. But then again, those could be cutscenes. It could be cutscenes that we're seeing there.
Sure.
I'm excited. It looks good, and we're gonna be going to a new land. One thing that I did not like, and Destinot just brought it up. One thing that I did not like about the DLCs of Vanilla Destiny, Dark Below, and House of Wolves, they had us running the same maps but just backwards. You know what I mean? Like when you spawned into Dark Below, I remember Dark Below, the first mission, you spawned into it and you're like, oh, this is a new area, and then you turn around. Oh no, this is just the Devil's Lair. I'm running it back. This is just the Devil's Lair. I'm running it backwards. I don't know if we're gonna run Vault of Glass in reverse, but maybe there's a portion of the story campaigns where we're a time gate sends us back into the Vault of Glass for some reason. Maybe time gate out of there as well, because the Infinite Forest, as they're saying, is a place that has no time. Like there's no time in there. It's timeless or whatever, or there's time and space is suspended in there. So let's see. Yeah, I never liked. I mean, Dark Below and House of Wolves brought a lot of good stuff. Dark Below brought Crota, House of the Crota raid, House of Wolves, and a bunch of good guns. House of Wolves brought us Trials of Osiris, and a bunch of good guns. But yeah, when you went back into the story campaign, you were just running in the same maps, just backwards. You're just running in the. It's like, oh, I'm running. Oh, this is just backwards. I'm just running. I'm starting from the end. So Infinite Forest, it looks like it's a brand new area. We've never been to Mercury other than the social space. It looks fun, and I'm fine with the release. A lot of people are talking about like, oh, it's too early. Bungie is trying to money grab. They did the same thing for Destiny 1. Dark Below came out. 3 months after the vanilla game came out. So I have no problem with it. Hopefully it's more substantial than Dark Below, because Dark Below was a lot of people finished Dark Below really quick.
I wouldn't get your hopes up. But that doesn't mean there can't be some fun. There's still going to be some fun to be had, I'm sure.
Horde mode, man. Horde mode. If they bring Horde mode in the game and it's not PoE style and it's more traditional Horde mode, I'm happy. We're probably not going to get a new raid. They say new raid elements, but I think they're just going to add stuff to more challenges to
the Gong Show. Oh, I mean the Leviathan.
Yeah. To Leviathan. To the Dark Below.
The Gong Show.
We're just going to go right back to we're going to run Crota backwards. We're going to have to bring Crota back to life and then go backwards to the beginning.
There you go.
And then go back up the hole.
So, level cap from 20 to 25. Power level 300 to 330. 335 will be the new max with mods. Female ghost named Sagira. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right.
Like it.
Brother Vance returns and joins Ikora to guide through the story and new Mercury patrol area. New raid activity is still murky as to what it is. Could be something new for the current raid or a new raid. So we don't really know.
Well, I mean, raid activity could mean anything, because it could mean, hey, we got horde mode with raid mechanic. You know what I mean? It could be that, or like I said, they're just gonna add. Maybe they'll add just something different to Leviathan. Maybe a different challenge.
Look, Leviathan. I would be happy if they said, they say raid activity. So if it is horde mode, let's say it's 3 areas and X number of waves and bosses at the end of those, and you have to go in with 6 people to knock it out, and it's challenging. Not so much just puzzles, but actually just maybe it's giving Bungie a pass per se if it was something like that, but I think everybody would enjoy it. I think it would be a good time, something to jump into. Maybe it takes 45 minutes to an hour and a half, and it's just a massive bloodbath or milk bath if it's Vex,
just more endgame activity. Just more endgame activity is what we need. It's nice. Let's be real. It's probably gonna be like 5, the most 10 story missions maybe they'll give us. I don't think there's gonna be it's gonna be a significant. I don't think it's gonna be as anywhere near as big as the vanilla campaign. But
Henny says PoE, right? Prison of Elders. I would consider that a raid activity myself. So we might get something like that. At the end of PoE 35, you had to you had the stink that man, I forget his name right now. The friggin' boss in House of Wolves. Somebody, Henny will say Varix?
Henny
or
will
no?
say it. No,
Hang on.
Skolas. You nailed it.
Skolas. There you go.
Skolas, yeah. Like in PoE 35, Skolas would drop a stink on you, and you'd have to like rotate the stink around so you wouldn't have to, so you wouldn't die. So that was kind of
the stink around.
Yeah, they called it the stink because you turn green and then your screen would turn kind of greenish. So.
I remember. It's just funny.
Yeah, I used to call it the stank. You'd get the stank on you, and you'd have to rotate around, rotate the stank between each other, so you wouldn't die. So that was a raid type mechanic. So yeah, that could be a raid activity. Just more endgame stuff, and I'm perfectly fine with the DLC coming out here in December. It's what they did with D1. What was Dark Below a perfect expansion? Could you even call it a DLC? No, it was kind of lacking, but hopefully they learn.
For me, I thought the Dark Below was a good expansion. I thought the House of Wolves was a good expansion or a good DLC. For the price, the two of them combined probably added about the same amount of content as the Taken King did, which was the same price, right? $40. Weren't they like
Taken King was $40, and yeah, each House of Wolves was $20. I don't know, man. I got through Dark Below. I wasn't even a streamer at the time, but I got through Dark Below. I think the one time that I was really, really that I put down Destiny was between Dark Below and House of Wolves. I did put it down for a little while. There's nothing for me to do, man. I'm light level 32 on all 3 of my characters. I don't have a PS4 because I don't have a PS4. I only had an Xbox One at the time, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm tired of running Crota over and over. In fact, I got every single Crota weapon. I've had everything. So, to me, Dark Below was kind of lackluster. I loved Crota, and I loved some of the weapons that Dark Below brought. I mean, the Crota weapons to me were great. Black Hammer, the rocket launcher, the hand cannon, were really, really good. And the gear made the Warlock look amazing. The Warlock looked like a bad ace. When you had the full gear on. But I thought Dark Below was kind of like, Dark Below was 3 story missions, a strike, and the raid. It was kind of lackluster. House of Wolves was definitely a lot better.
To me, the worst part about Dark Below was the fact that everybody had to wear the Crota gear to be the highest level. So every Titan looked like the angry cat,
That's one great change that they did. I remember everybody had to look exactly the same. Every Titan had to have all the Crota gear. I mean, the same thing for Vault of Glass. Everybody had to have the Vault of Glass gear if you wanted light level 30. So all these light level 30 Guardians running around the tower are all looking exactly the same because they had to wear the Vault of Glass gear. I mean, the same thing happened with House of Wolves. We all had to wear that really ugly Varix gear. Varix gear.
The garbage gear.
Yeah, to all be light level 30, to all be light level 34, and then they finally changed that. With Taken King, where we could all
infuse
wear
stuff.
whatever we want, and you were able to infuse gear into other gear, so you're able to level up whatever you want to level up. But I'm fine with the release, man. I know a lot of people are kind of like, it's too early of a release, but just grabbing it. Like, did the same thing for D1.
Yeah, I mean, the schedule's fine with me. I know there's definitely going to be those people that complain that why wasn't this in the game? It's so, it could have been in the game already. Why are we paying? But it's like, hey, it's the way they're choosing to do it. Like, you can vote with your wallet if you don't.
And Destiny's that game. It's so polarizing, and people, Resident Evil 7 came out a week later. They had DLC.
Yeah.
A week later, Resident Evil 7 had DLC already. Can you imagine if Bungie did that? If Bungie released Destiny 2 and then a week later, hey, here's the DLC. God, they would be burned at the stake.
Right.
The people that don't like that are haters of Bungie and Destiny, because Destiny's a game that people just love to just rip on, and that's the state of the game. I mean, I think less than 3 months later, also, God, what's that game with the girl and the bow and arrow? It just came out.
Horizon?
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. I think at 2 months in, maybe 3 months in, already had DLC, and The Division had DLC already within 2 to 3 months. But Destiny, for some reason, Destiny's that game that if they come out 3 months later, oh, Bungie's just money grabbing, and this should have been in the game, and that should have been in the game. Listen, complain all you want, complain all you want, but don't shame people that like the game and are having fun. You know what I mean? And don't tell people that we don't enjoy the game. There's so many people out there like, you don't actually enjoy the game. You're just saying that. Blah, blah, blah. Like, how do you know that I don't like the game? Of course I like the game.
And just so we're clear too, Resident Evil did not get a free pass. Like that, the community around that game, especially on Reddit, was livid, especially because the DLC was garbage. So but they came back, I guess, and they made some good DLC. I'm not like real up on all of it, but they did.
And I don't want to rip Resident Evil, but Destiny's a bigger game.
For sure.
Destiny's a bigger game that gets more headlines, it gets more clicks. There's less people out there. For every one person complaining about Resident Evil came out with DLC, there's like 1,000 complaining about Destiny. Because Destiny, like, I remember talking to Paul Tassi, which we should get on the show at some point. I remember talking to Paul Tassi, and he's like, yeah, man. And he told me once, it's shameless, but sometimes if I want a lot of clicks, I gotta write a Destiny article. I gotta write a Destiny article. He writes a lot about Pokemon Go. He writes a lot about a lot of games. He writes about every single game, but then when it comes to Destiny, that's where he gets his most clicks. And his comment section, that's where his comment section is like on fire, because it's Destiny. And I just don't like the Destiny community, and those that don't like Destiny are like fighting with each other. Like, I saw someone the other day tweet out, hey, first time Destiny player, I'm playing it on PC. I really like the game. Somebody replied to him, no, you don't. You don't like the game. You lie. You don't actually. You don't like the game. Like, it's okay for people to like what you don't like. You know what I mean? My daughter, I hate Peppa Pig. Good show. But my daughter goes 8 bleep over that show. My daughter goes 8 bleep. So what do? I sit there. She sits on my lap, and we watch Peppa Pig when I want to put her to bed. We watch Peppa Pig when I put her. I hate Peppa Pig, but I sit there and I watch Peppa Pig for her because she loves Peppa Pig. Again, I'm not, So if it's okay for people to like what you don't like. Don't shame me for liking something that you don't like. All right, you don't like it. You complain. Keep it. Don't shame me. That's fine. I'll listen to your complaints. All you want. I'll listen to your complaints. I don't care. Also, Destiny community, stop getting mad at people that don't like the game. Let them not like the game. It's okay. It's okay. My enjoyment of the game is not going to be any worse just because random Twitch user or random Twitter user doesn't like the game. All right, whatever. You don't like the game, good. It's so funny. The Destiny community, leave the people alone that don't like the game. They don't like the game. Okay, good. Don't get hurt over it. It's okay. It's not. They're not. It doesn't make you any less of a. It doesn't. It's not a rip on your character. Still a good person. Still great people. But leave the people alone that don't like the game. Leave them alone. Leave them. Don't go after them. Well,
Stop tapping the glass. Just stop.
Yeah, leave exactly. Leave them alone. Leave them. Let them yell to themselves. Let them yell to themselves. Well, we're all. I'm not gonna go. I wasn't a big Division guy, but I wasn't hitting up people on Twitter going, well, no, you don't like Division. You're an idiot. You're an idiot because you like Division. Well, I wasn't a big. There's people that still like Division. There's people that play Division. There's people. I'm not going to people that like Warframe. I'm not going. People love Warframe. Not my cup of tea. But I'm not. Angry Iceberg. Good. Really, really good friend of mine. He's enjoying the heck out of Warframe, and I'm happy for him because he's actually seeing success with Warframe. He's seeing a lot. He's getting a lot of viewers, and he's getting up towards the 300 to 1,000 viewers on Warframe, and he's killing it. And I like it, and I'm happy for him. I'm not going, come on, Iceberg, stop playing Warframe and come back to Destiny. No, do your thing. I'm not ripping people that have left Destiny to play Fortnite. I'm going in a circle here, but you get my.
For sure, man. For sure. I left to play Mario.
Damn you, Josh! Come back and.
I still like Destiny. I just don't like it where it's at right this second.
We are at a. It's different. Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. It's a different era. When Destiny 1 came out and you talked about it, it was the only game in town. You know what I mean? It was the only game in town to play. Now we're at a time where, man, the Switch is out. There's so many great games on Switch. There's so many great games on Xbox One. There's so many great games on PS4. There's a bunch of great games that you could play as well on PC if you're a PC gamer. The options are out there. So there's options out there.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just managing expectation. It's kind of what it boils down to for me. Like, what I wanted Destiny 2 to be and what it is are two different things.
And I feel like people have a short memory. Like, but Destiny did the same thing in 2014, and I feel like people have a short memory because because we Destiny 1 ended with so much. The end of Destiny 1, there was a ton of content, and then we go to Destiny 2 and. We had to go through it again. It's vanilla time again, and we gotta go through the DLCs again. We'll get back there.
Yeah, but it wasn't even until the end of Destiny 1 that there was a ton of content, because although we could do all those raids, they were useless until the very end, where they started adding challenge mode and turning some of the weapons to exotics. It was there was a huge learning curve. So are we going to? For them, there was a huge learning curve. Are we going to see those same issues?
What I hope is that they don't make. Unlike they did in D1, I hope they don't make the raids irrelevant.
Right, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right,
That's
let's say
point.
we're already on DLC 3, which will be next September. We're on DLC 3. Here comes the big expansion. They always come out with the big expansion will be next fall. I just hope that I could still go back and play Leviathan if I want to. I could still go back and play Curse of Osiris. I could still play the raid that is coming out in the spring if there's a raid coming out in the spring. So don't make those raids irrelevant, kind of like they did. Because I remember Taken King, they made Crota and Vault of Glass irrelevant, and all we had was the
Crota made Vault of Glass irrelevant. It happened immediately because it was immediate,
yeah.
And so. It cut us off from content, even though it was in game, and so that can't happen again. It can't happen again. They've got to the raid needs to level with your character, and I really hope, really hope that it does. Henny says Infusion should still allow it, just may not drop at the highlight level, which that helps if you're really wanting that gear or whatever. But I mean, hopefully they implement the challenge mode. The weekly challenge stuff that allows for some of those weapons to become exotics then. I know, it's reusing content. Okay, sorry. But at least there's a reason to go back in there and to do some of these encounters in a different way. It's still good. It's still good as far as I'm concerned. So, this was fun, man.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It feels good to kind of be gushing about Destiny again.
Yeah,
you were playing the more grounded. I feel like I was a little more like Destiny this time around.
No, I mean, it boils down, like I said, it boils down to my expectations of the game. I think what I want from Destiny, because the gunplay is so good, I want an MMO. I want to grind on Destiny for months at a time before I could even get close to unlocking everything and hitting the highest level. That's what I want from the game.
Maybe it's gonna be the old hook 'em and snag 'em, kind of like, all right, we got them with vanilla. Vanilla was very casual. Got all these casual players. We hooked them, and now here comes the grind with DLC 1 and DLC 2.
Yeah,
I take that'd be good.
And who knows? But I mean, look, we live in a time where, like, people want to get through. Some people want to get through content as fast as they can. They want to get to the next game, whatever the case may be. And so Young Khan says grinds on Destiny, grabs a handful of singles. Oh boy. So Henny says Warframe is like that, but without the good gunplay. Yeah. See, Destiny to me is like basically throw me into World of Warcraft, but with Destiny gunplay and characters and the lore. That's kind of what that's what it would be a perfect game for me. But that's not for everybody. So I'm not gonna trash talk the game. I'm gonna play the content that I enjoy until I don't enjoy it, and then I'm gonna play something else. And you know what? I'm totally fine with that. And
that's how gaming is. Only us crazy people play the same game for months and months on end. That's how gaming should be. You play a game for a couple months and move on to the next one. And I'm excited.
These guys have chatted too much today.
The future of Destiny is looking good, man. Private matches. I like private matches. That means we'll probably see some nice D2 tournaments. There's been rave reviews about the PvP on PC. Has been really, really good. So that's excellent. Excitement levels are up. I can't wait to get back to streaming. I've been taking a hiatus. Here. It wasn't much of a hiatus. I guess you could say by the time I get back, it'll be a 2-week break. But really, it was just a 13-day break. Because right in the middle, I did stream on Friday because it was my 1-year partner anniversary. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get back on Monday. I'll be back on Monday, guys. New schedule. I'm going to be starting at 8 a.m. Eastern time instead of 6 a.m. Eastern time. But it's going to be the same great Geo. And now we got November to look forward to. They got Bungie has three streams scheduled for November. So maybe there'll be one really, really soon here coming up. I'm sure they'll skip like Thanksgiving, so maybe there will be one coming up soon, really, really quickly.
Yeah, who knows? But if you're a fan of Destiny, just enjoy it. And, if you stop enjoying it, just go play something fun. It's okay. You're not in a relationship with a video game. You don't have to feel guilt or feel like it's not, whatever.
A lot of people still harbor that resentment of 2014 that Bungie was, they because there was a lot of people that followed the game from its first E3 reveal all the way to its release, that they still feel that resentment. That was like, oh man, it's not the game that was supposed to be. I'll forever hate this game. Kind of like that girl that broke your heart in middle school, and you still hate her now, even though she's 37 with 3 kids, and you're 40 with well, wait a minute, middle school. You're both 37, and she's got like 2 kids, and you're working, in I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say well, you're working in this place. Oh, what's wrong with working in that place, Guardian?
Hey, where can people find you, my man?
Up in the air there, man?
It's all good. Where can people find you? All the places.
Twitch.tv/Guardian Outpost. I will be back to streaming Monday, November 6th. we're starting at 8 a.m. now. Lots of stuff happening. Lots of stuff happening IRL that I gotta start starting at 8 a.m. I need those 2 extra hours of sleep. Unfortunately, I might lose some friends that are used to watching me at 6 a.m. I might lose some of those friends, and hopefully they could make their way back to me at some point. But yeah, twitch.tv/Guardian Outpost, Monday through Fridays, beginning November 6th, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And of course, you could follow me on Twitter at Guardian Outpost every Tuesday night on the Loopcast, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/N64Josh.
That is correct. And that's where you guys can find me. All the places are N64Josh. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all of them. All the places. N64Josh. So look me up. If you want to be able to chat or see some of my other content, go check it out. Just real quick from our sponsors again, audibletrial.com/thelootcast. Get yourself a free book. And also opseat.com. Use coupon code GO if you want to save yourself $10 off your purchase. So we do want to thank everybody that's here with us live. Young Con, Henny, anybody that's just been lurking. Thank you guys so much. We do appreciate you. And if you have a second, you want to leave us a review on iTunes, that'd be awesome. And you guys gotta maybe let us know. Would you want to hear about any other shooters? Any other games? Maybe a little Fortnite.
Be happy to talk about other games.
Maybe PUBG's coming to Xbox on the 12th of December. I mean, there's maybe we have another add a segment or something. You guys let us know. So we just want to keep stuff fresh. We want to keep stuff fun, and we don't want to wear you guys out with why isn't Destiny meeting my expectations again? So we're gonna try to keep it positive. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Okay, farmers' daughters.
that bye was pretty creepy. Bye, guys. You want to cut that out on the podcast?
Oh no,
we're leaving it.
No, we're leaving it. We got it's spooky.
Bye, guys.
Spooky.
I sounded very breathless, I just finished making love or something. Bye, guys.
Oh boy, here we go again. Hey guys.
Oh no, listen. I did it after the podcast, so we don't get.
Last week our conversation got my video demonetized on YouTube.
I know. Look at that.
Hey,
the 1 week we had 1 million downloads.
Yeah, the 1 week. Guys that are here with us live, thank you so much. Seriously, let's go hit She Snaps with a Lootcast raid. Let's blow up her chat. I know there's not a ton of us, but if you guys could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Lootcast raid. Thank you guys for being here. I will be back in about an hour for the Nintendo Powercast, so we will see you guys then. Take it easy.
See you guys.
Goodbye. Host, Control V.